Hi all. Today I decided to make for you pork fried rice. This is my version of pork fried rice. It is quick, it's easy, it's big on flavor, and I think that anybody that wants to try it could do this very simply. There are going to be vegetables in it, of course, so I already started to get some onion, some celery, there'll be pepper, I've got some onion, lemon. So let's begin by dicing up some white onion, sweet white onion, and we'll put that one aside. We do not need that one. And because in Asian food, they tend to use celery in Asian food. It's nice. Crunchy vegetables work well in this application. You, of course, could use whatever you want, as well as using any type of ground meat that you'd like to use. So if you wanted to use ground chicken, ground turkey, feel free to substitute the ground pork that I'm going to use today. I love ground meats. They're just so easy. They cook really quickly. You can make chili, you can make meatballs, you can make some sort of fried rice. I also like the stem of the inside part, the flower of the celery. I find it has a lot of flavor. So there's some celery, there's some onion. Also, we'll put in some red pepper. And let's just dice this up a little bit. Again, doesn't need to be fancy. The knife I'm using, in case anybody's wondering, is from Maiden. I happen to love Maiden cookware. This is actually from France. It's very sharp. But they do pots, they do dishes, it's professional cookware. You can easily order it online. Okay, so let's start. So I'm going to just turn on the flame and we'll get the pot heated up. We will start with a little bit of olive oil to begin. And I am also I would say I probably put in about 3 tablespoons of olive oil. And because butter makes everything better, I am going to put in just a little bit of unsalted Kerrygold butter, just a little bit, not a lot. Butter just adds so much flavor to food and it caramelizes vegetables beautifully. Put that aside. And let's get this, let's get this melted a little bit. Okay, so I have some ground pork that we will put in. Just took that out of the refrigerator. I'm going to use for spices tamari. Tamari is gluten-free. This happens to be organic, which I try and do as much as possible. And it is 50% less sodium. You will not miss the salt, I promise you.
If you bought it today, would it be called Tadehi? It's always tamari.
Tamari.
Always tamari?
Always tamari, not today. Some chili sesame oil. This is very spicy, so just a drop. And black garlic. This will add a punch of umami to what we're having. Okay, so let's put in our vegetables that we just cut up, our onion, celery, peppers into the mix, and we'll get those started. At this point, I'm going to put in just a drop of this chili oil. I do not want this to be spicy. Just a little bit of back heat is what I always like, just a drop. I am going to also put in, at this point, a little bit of black garlic, just a sprinkle of black garlic, a little pinch of coarse kosher salt. I will put in, oh, here we go, we're starting to sizzle. little bit of black pepper, and I will use a little bit of granulated garlic as well for this. And let's get this mixed up. So let's get this mixed now. Okay, that actually looks really pretty, these colors together. Nice and coordinated with my red spatula and my red knife. If you guys haven't figured it out yet, I really like the color red. Should cover that pan. Okay. If you want to speed up cooking, just cover whatever it is that you're making. For the rice, it's going to be Trader Joe's vegetable fried rice. And all that is in here is cooked rice with lots of yummy veggies. It's frozen and it cooks in 5 minutes. So it's a really, really great cheat. And it will also be supremely tasty. It has peas, it has edamame, it's got some carrots in it. Let's take a check on our vegetables. Oh, see? Look how quickly that came together. Give this a little stir. I don't want to cook these too much. I just want them to get a little bit soft, take on a little bit of color, not a lot, and go like that. At this point, what I do now is I'm going to make a little bit of a hole in the middle so I could do the meat. So push your veggies just sort of to the side of your pan and use a larger pan for this. And then make a little hole in the middle. And then you will put in your meat, your ground meat. So that's that. With a fork, you will break up the meat. And you go like this. And this, you will see, is going to come together really, really quickly. Again, I will also cover this again just to get this to cook a little bit quicker. So I'm going to cover this for a second. While it is coming together, I also figured a nice little salad on the side. With this type of Asian food, it's always nice to have something light and cold and crunchy. Trader Joe's organic shredded green and red cabbage with orange carrot we will have. So I just put that into a bowl. And they have a new product. They have Thai peanut satay sauce. I thought that this would taste really good on top of the shredded cabbage and carrots. Almost like you'd have noodles with peanut sauce. See, this is cooking nicely now. So now you just kind of break up your meat like this. I find using the edge of the fork breaks up ground meat really nicely. All right, so let me let that cook another few minutes. And then I will take this. That is a little bit thick. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just use just a little drop of water, my little baby whisk. Now I'm just going to work it like that. And it will all come together nicely.
Do big whisks get together and mate to have a baby whisk?
Yes, I even have another cute little. It had more than one baby whisk. It has. I have two baby whisks. You know, food talks to you. At least I think it does. I hear things sizzling. You kind of know when things are ready if you pay attention. It's like my dogs. I understand dog talk also. This is basically, for the most part, cooked through. We are going to continue to cook this because the rice needs to go in and we've got to still season. So if the pork is still a little bit pink, that's okay, because we are going to still cook this for a little bit longer, maybe another 5 to 10 minutes, not much more than that. I did not season the pork, so now let's start to season. We will put salt, a little bit more salt, some more garlic, some more pepper, I'm going to put a little bit more black garlic on top of that, like that. And now the tamari will go. Tamari will caramelize, which is really nice. Tamari obviously has salt, so let's just put a drop of tamari into that and just incorporate like that. Really lovely. I could eat it just like that in a lettuce wrap, by the way. The rice will go in, just like so. And it is still frozen, but it cooks quickly. Okay, I want to get some color on my rice. I am going to only add a little bit of tamari onto the rice. Just a drop of tamari onto the rice, like that. I think that that should be enough. I do cook by eye, almost with everything that I do. That is how I learned to cook. No one ever sat me down. My grandmother was a phenomenal cook. She was a Jewish woman who married an Italian man who was Sicilian. And you know, this was back in the days when everybody was immigrating to New York, and she learned how to cook Sicilian food because they got together when she was about 16 years old, very young. She learned to cook Italian food, which I'm so thankful for. I'm gonna cover it again to speed up the cooking process because everything in there is now really cooked. I think that flame is high enough. Make it just drop higher. Okay, let's get back to our salad. So, we've got our nice veggies here. Try and keep your area clean when you cook. It's really good to prep ahead of time versus doing it as you go. That's how you can overcook things, you can burn yourself, cut yourself, you're just doing too many things at once. I'm going to just put a little bit of salt on that just to give it some season, a little black pepper, and I'm probably just gonna put a drop of olive oil onto this just to help the cooking process. And I think probably a little bit of lemon would be nice as well. Let's just cut that in half. I will use the other half of lemon to finish this. A little zip of citrus is always good. You always want to add either lemon, vinegar, something at the end. It always pops flavor. Let's just simply pour some of our dressing right on top of that. Let's stir this up. Oh, that was just the right amount of dressing. Let me just taste this because I've never made this before, so I'm not sure. That is yummy. I want this to get a little bit more crispy as well. I actually would like to taste this. I want to see if we need any more seasoning, if we need anything. It's going to be very hot. It's perfect. This takes about 15 to 20 minutes to come together. This is really very, very fast. There we go. Pork fried rice. You see how nice and caramelized it is? That's the tamari that actually caramelized.
Can't go to a restaurant to make it the way Lisa makes it. No, really, this is no bullshit. This is really good. Wow. Lisa, take 4.
Come down to my level. He's a whole foot tall. Yeah. This is Artie, a neighbor and a friend, and my cameraman. Unbelievably talented guy. I want to attach it to my bra
Well,
because then maybe it won't move.
yeah.